after we chatted that last time, after I met you, I just felt like we were going to be friends
Yes,
for life. I just felt we were going to like never like break that connection. And that like I would totally be getting the buddy pass, the discount for forever. Hi guys, I'm here with my good friend once again, Kristine, who is
spiritual advisor.
I thought it would be fantastic to get her back, seeing as she's in New York, because you're originally from Norway. Me and Kristine did a video 2 years ago now with very bad sound and very bad echo. So we're back to do it some justice and kind of have a revisit. I had such a good experience with Kristine last time, and so many of my friends were referred to her by me and also had like really awesome experiences. And I think it's always important when you do anything like this that you're in a good headspace, and I definitely am at the moment. I feel like we're not looking for any crazy answers here. We're not looking about like who I'm going to marry or what the future exactly has in store for me. It's more about kind of guidance and reassurance. So today we're kind of going to do a shortened version of one of Kristine's classic readings, which is called
Live Your Best Life.
Live Your Best Life, which is definitely something I feel like I need help with at the moment. I am feeling a little bit demotivated and just a tad lost at the moment, and it was just the perfect time to have another reading. So we're going to have like a briefer version of something like that, and I always tell Kristine that she can just tell me whatever she feels like, hopefully get some insight on my life. So yeah, where are we going to start? Yeah, I'm ready. I'm so ready for it.
I love this. Thank you so much for that.
Of course.
Beautiful introduction.
Only for you, Kristine, my stunning friend.
Okay, good. So when I was on the way here in my Uber, I was starting to get things in already, which is quite normal before I have a reading. Things pop in a little bit beforehand. And it just kept coming to me again and again that there are the end of this stay in New York. So I was so curious like how long you have left here, because I feel like a certain change. And when you confirmed me saying that you felt that you weren't very motivated and you were feeling a bit like lower energy wise, it is because that you have successfully ended those things that you were meant to do here in New York.
Okay.
So that is that.
Okay.
So now for you, if you decide to stay longer, which you have, then you need to find something else to put on your board of goals.
Like like as a stimulation and sort of something to reach for, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because those things that you have done now were the things that were on your checklist, and you have done way beyond that as well. With many things, you become quite successful in what you're doing. And what I do feel is that now it's time for you to think about something that leads for the rest of your life, because this period in New York for you has been like this is a package.
Yeah, it's more just like tick it off, like do it, experience it before getting down to like the nitty gritty.
But now you're kind of stepping out of that and you're starting into your next chapter in your life. And now it's time to really think, what is it that I want to start today that is going to have a chain reaction for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
So start thinking about, I know we talked about this last time about designing things, getting into what specifics that you want to do. Not just like, oh, I wish I was a designer, but now it's time to really get into those details.
Totally. And it's funny that you lay it out like that, because I think the feeling of feeling a bit lost at the moment is because it's like, I know I'm about to take that job and I'm like a bit scared to do it because I don't know quite. I'm like looking at a lot of different angles, and obviously like design is a passion of mine. I've just been battling for like the last year as to like where to start. Yeah. Where do and I think.
But that's okay, no matter what step you take, it's still going to take you to that place you need to go.
Okay, that's good.
So don't stress your mind about it, because that's going to kind of...
just make it unenjoyable.
You want to have your intuition speaking, and when we're stressing like that, you...
can't see it.
Yes, or feel it. So if you just do things that you're passionate about, you create space for more of those things. Okay. Obviously, it's law of attraction, but... I keep getting Denmark in for you. So I don't know if you should go there and live, or at least stay for a longer time.
That is so weird you say that. Me and like one of my best friends in New York, all we want to do is move to like some kind of Nordic country. We always said like, she's always said Denmark and like Copenhagen, but I've never been. But I just, from what I've seen, I'm like, yeah, I would love to try. My plan actually for after New York was to go somewhere Nordic, so either Sweden or Denmark. I plan to go to
not Norway.
No, maybe. But it's always felt like it's always been in the books to try to that side of the world and try that side of Europe from a design point of view. And
it's just so weird. It's not Sweden, it's Copenhagen, which is the one space that you need to be in.
That's so cool to know. That's so cool to know that I could end up there. That's a good possibility.
But it's going to be so good for you on so many levels, because you have made such great preparation already, though you don't even really realize it before you get there.
Yeah.
That the experience that you had here in New York is going to be so good for you to have over there.
Okay.
And it feels better for you because you're not so far away from home.
Yes.
So
I do want to be closer to home.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so there's just so much more, kind of like a security feeling of warmth and happiness, and I just feel really, really good about it.
Yeah, the lifestyle as well, I think something attracts me about the lifestyle.
I feel here you can often be a bit more isolated, but over there it's more of that, I just feel like you're coming home.
Yeah.
Home for you now, and being with your boyfriend and being around people that you love is really good, because you need that refill right now.
Yeah.
It's going to help you also realize, oh, I think I want to do this.
Yeah.
Because love is what opens up when you're spending time with the people that you really enjoy to be around.
That's a really nice way to put it, because I think sometimes we can get so focused on like work, and not making time. Yeah. I always feel guilty when I go home, but I know it's something that I need.
Yeah. I do see you designing things on computer, but I want to say furniture.
You said furniture last time, so we're still on furniture.
Yes,
I do love furniture. It's not something where I feel like it's in my head right now. Like I can't imagine it right now, but it's not so far-fetched. Yeah. Like right now I'm in a very interiors mode.
Maybe you get into that mode now when you move.
Yeah. I'm like, all I'm doing is like
getting into it.
I'm like on Photoshop, like putting these rooms together, which actually is something I've been doing since I was like a kid. I used to make room collages. I used to cut out all of the beds and all of the, like, if I needed, like I made a room for each one of my friends. So one friend had a red room, I had the beachy blue room.
Oh, you already started.
Yeah. I guess in a weird way. I never really thought about it like that. But it's definitely something I'm open to.
Right.
I think once I'm being creative, I don't care.
Yeah.
Once whatever I'm doing is like fulfilling and I'm interested in it, and it's like a project that I can kind of see from like start to finish. And for me, it's always just more like, with me in design, it's not even about designing, it's always been about like seeing someone with the finished product.
Right. Say that you start as a designer where you help people decorate their houses, and then from there you're like, oh, I really envision this kind of sofa, but I can't find it anymore. Maybe I'll make it.
Okay.
You know, there's so many ways of going.
So do you see like a time frame where you think I'll be like in a place where I feel like kind of like I feel like I'm really on the right track? You see it kind of happening in 10 years or 15 years when I'm like
being a designer
in terms of kind of getting to that place.
That's really soon.
It's really soon?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the thing is that when you first step inside and decide this is what I want to do, then everything just opens up really quickly, and then you're there.
It moves quickly.
Yeah. So I would say that when you get over to Copenhagen, you already have a foot in that industry.
Okay.
Yes.
Really interesting.
And then you can continue doing what you already do kind of on the side, but then you have like two different things, because you still want to do this for a longer time and build up even more, and that's going to even help you so much on the other side. So they're kind of like working together, those two jobs. Your boyfriend is going to love it as well.
Okay, that's good.
But eventually you guys are going to have a family. So you come into this space where you're becoming a woman.
Okay, that's nice to know. That's nice to know. And it's good to know that he potentially will like it too, because we're both in design backgrounds. Yeah. And we kind of always said that, like, wouldn't it be great if we could go, because it's so design based. It's like, we come from this like country we both come from Ireland, obviously, where there's just not a lot for like creative people, like in the physical sense. The funny thing is, like, sometimes when Kristine confirms things for me, it nearly gives me the push to actually do it. And it's not like you're doing it in this like irresponsible way. It's like she confirms feelings that I've already had, which is like what everyone needs in life. You need a little bit of reassurance and a little bit of like validation to take those steps that are going to get you, you know, risks that are going to get you where you actually want to be.
And know that you have moved in a quicker speed than that you were supposed to do.
Okay.
So that means that you have done a wonderful job and you haven't had a lot of things that have held you back in karmatic wise.
Okay.
You're moving in a great speed. And that's why you come to this end where you still have more time here, but you're like, but I'm done.
It's like fun time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like just to make the most of it time.
Right.
And do you think things have changed from the last time you saw me to now?
Yes, like, you have grown so much as a woman.
Okay.
Because you went from kind of being, you know, I wouldn't say girly or whatever. Yeah. There's so much more grounding to you now. You're not so all over the place. You're more collected.
Yeah, I definitely feel that for sure. Do you kind of see anything in me that you thought would happen then didn't? Like, did kind of people's direction change over time?
No, I mean, when I get messages in, it is where you're today.
Yeah.
And how you are based energy-wise and what you're doing. But say that you would just ignore your intuition, you would just start doing things that was normal to you, then you would kind of create that path, like a new path. But that doesn't happen very often. And when I see things, they tend to happen really quickly or within, you know, the next 5 years or so. But sometimes it happens way, way faster. Yeah. So I'm very excited for you to email me and just tell me, so I'm moving to
honestly, like, last time you told me I should meditate more.
Yes.
And that isn't something I've quite gotten around to doing yet because life's kind of gotten a little bit in the way and I'm still figuring out how to make time for myself and be good to myself.
Yeah.
But I do want to take up like tarot card, like learn how to do those.
That is so cool that you say that because I'm making my own tarot cards right now. They're coming out this year. So I'll make sure I'll send you a copy.
Oh my god, please do.
Yeah. And as for you saying you're not doing any meditation, there are other things that you can do to kind of get that stillness inside if you need tips like that.
Yeah.
You can just, for an example, when you're waiting crossing the road and you get impatient sometimes, then you can just think about things that you're thankful for.
Okay.
Because that kind of creates, you know, that good vibe making you feel good. And forgetting about that resistance of, oh, I want to get going.
Yeah, impatience.
Yeah. We want to be on a really high vibration. And what I mean with that, you know, when you have someone that you're around that can be quite heavy, like they're complaining a lot.
Yeah, they're just emotionally baggage. Yeah.
Yes. That's a really low vibration. Yeah. And what they don't really get the things that they want, and you can hear them complaining about it.
Does it go on to it's kind of like absorbing that energy in a way.
You get more of those things that they have inside. Yeah. So more things to complain about and whatever. Yeah. So when you are on a higher vibration, which we have love and gratitude, you attract those things so much faster. And I honestly, just like 5 years ago, when I wanted something, it would take me so long time to get it into my life. Yeah.
Would you like to answer some questions?
Love to.
From some viewers. So I posted on my Instagram stories. If any of you guys had some questions about what Kristine does or just any curiosities about it. So this person asked, are people typically wary of your job, specifically family or friends? Also, how do you explain to them what you do? So I'm guessing, do you ever get people that are a little bit like iffy when you say like what you do for a living or, you know, the whole spiritual guidance thing?
Before, when I was really insecure about it myself.
Then but now you just wear it.
Yeah, but now I'm like, I'm a spiritual advisor, and they're like, oh, cool. And then they don't really know because I think it's because I'm coming on a bit, you know, confident.
Yeah, don't
But before
question it.
I would be like, you know, I see dead people.
Yeah. I just don't feel like you're full of bullshit. Like when Kristine tells me stuff, I'm ticking it over in my head and she's saying stuff that I haven't told anyone. She's saying stuff that I haven't said out loud yet. And that to me, it's like, it's not this crazy like BS psychic like read my palm crap. It's like, it's very more about like understanding what you already feel inside and like giving validation to that, which is why I would highly recommend Kristine. So my good friend Eva on Instagram asked, Do you have any tips on guidance and how to build a stronger connection with one's guides? Anything around this would be interesting. So excited to see your video.
I think the best thing is to, I don't want to be bored and say meditate, but to be true to yourself.
And in tune with yourself.
Yeah, because in your heart, that's where everything lies.
Yeah.
Your intuition, your connection to your guides, your grounding, all of it is there. So do more things that makes you happy and be true to yourself, because then you create a space for.
It's funny because Eva, just because I know her personally, I know that she is in a kind of a funny place where she has passions, and she doesn't quite know how to pursue them, but she is making more space for them. So,
and don't be afraid to ask questions out loud. Like, what am I supposed to do? Please, like, help me. And you can talk to past loved ones. They're gonna do whatever it takes to answer you, even if it's with signs or gut feeling or whatever. But it's just to kind of like be curious about it. And don't second guess. When you have that little whisper.
And like, since seeing Kristine last time, I feel like I'm so much more in tune with stuff that goes on at my apartment. And because like I mentioned earlier, I live in a super old building. Luckily nothing bad, never had bad vibes, considering probably a lot of people died there from sickness, but I have definitely feel like I felt my loved ones around me, and like, and just like every now and again, and it's even kind of gotten to the point where it's usually one or the other between two people, and I feel like I can nearly tell by the energy like which person it is. And it's not creepy, it's a very warm feeling, and it's kind of like, oh, like, hello, checking in. Like, and I also feel like when I am like super low and I do need help, and I do kind of do that thing where it's like talking out loud, I feel like in a weird way sometimes I feel like a lot of times my prayers are answered, and that they really do come through. And I always say, like, whether you believe in this stuff or not, it's about like manifesting it regardless. If it improves your life, then what's the harm? If you're really pessimistic and you're really like just very closed off and very like, I just feel like everyone I know like that is just very sad. Because they just have no optimism about the possibilities. It is a thing, you can be scared to be kind of happy. I feel like a lot of people,
of course, a lot of people don't even feel like that they deserve happiness, so they try and sabotage things for themselves. So, or
if they're sad for a long period of time, it's kind of like you don't know how to be any other way. You know, when you're like in a certain state for so long, it's
and
like,
then
how do I not
some
feel
kind
like
of
this?
like comfort for some people,
because it's familiar. Even like just being like, every time my boyfriend comes to stay with me, I feel very awkward for the first like week or two, because I'm from the past 2 years, I've grown to be so comfortable with this loneliness and this quiet time that like when it's not like that, it's like, even though I want it and I want that warmth, it's kind of hard to know how to accept it. It's like a change, and it's like, it always takes like about a month for me to like get into the groove of like having a boyfriend again. Thank you so much, Kristine, for coming on the channel again.
Thank you for having me again. It's always so much fun.
I know, it will not be the last time. You guys, if you want to see Kristine again, make sure you comment on this video and let her know how much you loved it. But right now, Kristine is working on a really exciting project. I was really excited for her, but obviously I kind of knew that a lot of people might be like, ooh, this is like a bit like interesting, a bit like conspiracy theory-esque.
And nuts.
And it's a big undertaking, and that not a lot of people would undertake, but Kristine has always had a connection, she feels, with Marilyn Monroe, and you do believe that she was murdered, right? You believe very strongly, and that might seem very far-fetched to a lot of people, but just this past year a documentary came out with some like legit information about Marilyn Monroe and her relationships with the Kennedy brothers, and that she knew a lot of stuff, guys, and all I'm saying is people have been taken out for less. So it was crazy to see that evidence come out after your initial announcement of it, because it kind of brings more credibility to it. If you happen to know anybody that may have ties or information regarding the case, because you're pretty much treating it like a cold case.
So we're gathering in all the information that we can possibly get and evidence all sources that can help us to really finish this
and
case.
just kind of put it to rest and hopefully give her some peace, right?
Yes.
So I'm very excited to see what Kristine comes up with. Holler at her, Netflix. I think that would be amazing.
Yes, Netflix, I'm watching you.
We're coming for you. So yes, I hope you really enjoyed watching this video. All of Kristine's information, like her website and her Instagram, will be in the description below, where you can contact her if you want a reading or you want to check out her stuff and find out more what she's about. I love her because I think she's very approachable, and I think in a world of like the kind of spooky psychic realm, you kind of just bring this approachability to it, which I love, and I think a lot of you guys will love her. And if any of you guys need some spiritual guidance, I'd highly recommend getting in touch. So all of the details in the description below.
Yep.
We will see you guys hopefully maybe next year for a recap.
I would love that.
Maybe in Copenhagen.
Yes.
Bye guys.
Bye.